A computer hacker set the digital world abuzz by accessing millions of personal email accounts, and it's very likely that you are on the list. Our expert is here with advice on what you should do next to keep living safely in a digital world. We also examine several pieces to the autism puzzle. One guest shows us it's never too late to create an educational plan for a child with autism. In fact, the phrase "they're too old" does not apply to his classrooms. We also check out what's available for children this summer and camps designed with a child's special needs in mind. And what do you do if you suspect your child has autism? We walk through the resources available and how to find help at the state level. That's all today on an all-new Daytime. First this morning, millions of consumer emails were exposed in what could possibly be the largest email data breach in history. Epsilon, a data company, was the victim of a hacking attack, and that led to the theft of possibly millions of names and email addresses involving companies like Best Buy, Citigroup, Capital One, Kroger, just to name a few. And some of you may have already received notices from companies that your email address is out there. What does that mean for you? We turn to our Internet in the Know guest, Doug Davidson from Jacadis. Doug, nice to have you here.
Good to be here.
It sounds scary. What did people lose from this hacker?
It sounds scary. What people lost was an email and perhaps a name associated with that email. So from a technician's perspective, not a whole lot was exposed, but they might have received an email or some other notice from one of the companies they do business with, and so they've lost peace of mind along with that.
That's my question. Should we worry? Is there anything to worry about in this?
I think there's some things to worry about it. It's interesting. This caught everybody's attention because there were so many companies.
Huge companies.
And some of them very local to Columbus, but in the spectrum of hacks that range from not so bad to really bad, this was somewhere in the middle or leaning towards the not so bad, but it was touching a bunch of different people, a bunch of different brands, and so kind of set the world afire.
And it sets up that scary example of what can happen when hackers can get in and what they can get. Luckily, this time it was only email addresses.
That's right.
In the end, though, they do have email addresses.
Yes.
What could people possibly expect?
Well, there's two things that we worry about in the profession. One of those is that if you have online accounts where your email is your login, so your bank uses your email address as your user ID, and then you have a password associated with that, they're that much closer to being able to get in. And so that's an issue. But the biggest issue is most likely where they now have a name and an email address associated with that account. So now, instead of, "Hey, bank customer," or "Dear bank customer," it's, "Dear Gail, we need you to log in with your credentials and fix your bank account." So I can target, we call it spear phishing. We make up these words in the technical world, but we can target an attack to try to trick somebody into giving information.
So sometimes when you see an email address come and it's unfamiliar to you, it might be one of those people phishing.
It might be one of those people.
It's spam.
Yes, absolutely. It's spam. Spam is, if we want to run down through these real quick, spam is the unnecessary email that just happens to clog our inboxes all the time.
But some's dangerous.
Some of it's dangerous. Phishing is one of those things where I'm phishing for somebody, I'm trying to trick them into giving information. And spear phishing is when I'm aiming that message because I can provide personal details and really make that email look that much more legitimate to get people to trick themselves into providing that information.
Okay, so now that it's happened, and even if it hasn't happened to you, what should people do to be safe?
Well, we were initially going to come in and talk about spring cleaning your computer. So it's really kind of that type of thing as it is. We want to make sure that as we get emails that we legitimately take a look at those emails. But again, like we always do, we talk about operating from living digitally from a secure platform. So it's a great time to take a look at your accounts and
change your passwords.
Make them strong passwords.
That's your mantra every time you're on here. We just need to listen to that.
We need to listen to it. It's difficult because we have a bunch of different accounts and scattered, and I want to have quick and easy access, but quick and easy access for me is for somebody else as well.
All right, updating.
A great time to update your operating system. You gotta, depending on the operating system, even have some of the updates set automatically, but spring cleaning time, go to the vendor's website and follow the instructions to update that operating system.
Including your web browsers.
Including your web browser, and if you go to the link that we have, there's a tool that we use that will very quickly allow somebody to run this tool inside of their web browser and show where that web browser may be vulnerable, and they can patch from there.
Very cool. Remove programs you no longer use, which is the spring cleaning part, and backing up your data.
Back it up. At the end of the day, if I've lost something and I can't recover it, that's the worst thing that can happen.
That is scary, isn't it?
Isn't
and I
it?
always say when computers work well, they're wonderful, and when things happen,
Well, it's always the computer's fault, isn't it? It's never ours. So.
Well, I know me. No, many times it's my fault as well. So if we leave people with one thought today, that is, if they get this call, not to worry too much, but they can take a few things to safeguard themselves.
Yes, absolutely. Be vigilant and enjoy, whatever you're doing on the internet, enjoy yourself, but do it safely.
Great. Thank you, Doug. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Gail.